quite literally, in fact. Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to the RP Geeks. I am Sonic Geek. Here with me again are Red Nova and Triforce of Doom.
Hello.
And it's time for more Final Fantasy XIV. We just saved Swift Purge from a undesirable fate.
Yep. So, how close are we to having caught up with you, Red?
We're pretty close.
Yeah, I'm on the Libensian Envoy. And I actually stopped making any progress now, because you wanted me to wait.
Okay.
Yep. I am not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It's a highly coveted honor, while even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the thalassocracy have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa Lominsa. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion.
I don't know what you're talking about. My garb seems pretty good.
I mean, a suit of armor is not exactly conducive to eating food.
I don't know, but a nice simple robe seems fine, right?
And maybe dress it up a little bit. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Bateron can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things.
He seems to know a lot.
Does seem to be a wise man.
To be fair, when you run a bar in an adventure city, that you tend to know shit.
Yep. Aft Castle.
I know. Got that one memorized.
Excellent. Yeah,
It's just, you know, most of the rest of the city.
You got someone wearing the Leon jacket over here. Damn. There's some sick glamour.
What's with the leaf icon over this smith?
That's basically... That's to indicate to Sprouts that, hey, talk to this guy. But that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
That's basically where you'll learn the basics of your job.
Ah.
In regards to dungeons and stuff. Oh well, if it ain't Merlevib's guest of honor. Hobnobbing with the high and mighty now, is it? I tell you, lad, I damn near snorted ale out me nose when I heard the news. Come a long bloody way you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure. You'll not want for decent grub. Banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to fill your belly to bursting with fine, and more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up in your shite-caked venturing gear. Now, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about him. Only to stop folk complaining when he stuffs his face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octet and speak to I'm not even going to finish that name. Of the Brugair Consortium. She'll furnish you with somewhat gentlemanly to wear. I've already had a word with her, so all you need to do is pick up the goods and bring them back here so as I can tell you what's what.
Alright.
I believe that is the plaza. Possibly.
Okay.
Yep.
So what I have to do every so often is just boot up the game and work on some of my side quests.
Probably a smart idea. Good old-fashioned Limsa music. Over here.
Hold on. Okay, I see it now. Lots of stuff on the map at first.
Oh yeah, Limsa's a popular place. Good morning, sir. I assume you're the underdressed gentleman Bateron mentioned.
I'm guessing that if you're playing a female character, they have a different adjective for that.
Probably. I see he was not exaggerating. I've chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them.
All right.
Now we go back.
No, not person. I clicked on the crystal and it clicked on a person behind the crystal. God damn it.
We got some archers and an archer and a lancer over here.
Yeah, I saw a lancer earlier.
Been to see what's her name, have you? Let's have that box then. Here we go, a nice pair of dress shoes for you. Bloke mightn't have much else to his name, so long as he got a decent pair of shoes on his feet, there ain't nowhere he can't go. Think of them as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, it is a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me, eh? Wouldn't do for Lamence's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in his own tears and snot. Any road, that's your garb sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. And when you're ready, and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. Shoes.
Of course they're shit for stats, but...
Yep.
Select dress shoes are meant for battle, after all.
Yep. You're ready then, are you? Good. Banquet will be starting soon. If you'd waited any longer, I'd have considered me civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. I'd have considered it me civic duty to hit you over the head and drag you there. Now make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying them won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a gentleman, remember? Not a gentleman's bleeding lackey. For directions, the feast being held on the bridge, in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Xanthale in the Bulwark Hall, and he'll show you the way. Just keep that head held high, lad. For everything you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud. Don't let no highborn bugger tell you different.
Alright, gonna quickly equip those.
Yep.
That just seems smart. Alright.
Right, lift to Bulwark Hall.
Guess we're gonna be getting another cutscene soon.
Pretty quickly here.
I cannot wait for when this heat wave ends.
I wouldn't mind a little rain over here myself.
You know, I live in the Pacific Northwest. Have you heard about the temperature over?
I've heard that it's getting really warm over there, yeah.
This weekend is projected to be almost consistently like 90s to triple digits, which is unheard of here.
Yikes. Alright. Dress shoes. Fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer, I will show you to the briefing room.
And I'm guessing that's just their way of making sure, hey, you have this shit equipped?
Yep.
Yeah, you pretty much have to equip those.
Well, yeah, obviously. They make it pretty clear you have to. I just figured...
Oh, look, it's
as this
Stola.
one- I love how the check is that they're looking specifically for an adventurer wearing said shoes.
Greetings, Admiral.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this man for his services to
Oh, by the way,
our great
played the
nation.
Neo Chewie demo yesterday.
How was it?
Wanna it was
May
really
the
fun.
navigator guide
And
protect
one
him
really
on his
neat
journey.
thing is
To
so
sea swallows all.
since it is set in just modernish day Shibuya, everyone has fun and stuff. So you know, you have a messaging app for when talking with your partner, for when talking with certain people, and like any Japanese messaging service, they have stickers. The
Does everyone
stickers
have
are
their own?
final.
The
The stickers are Final Fantasy
Their ranks are
enemies.
formed of
Oh, of course they are.
madmen who have pledged
Like,
themselves body and soul
like one of the first
to the
ones I
primal
saw that you
violence.
see in the game is a fucking Tonberry.
To swell their numbers by spiriting away
Yeah,
any
like,
soul
I streamed the demo
unfortunate
and it
enough
was
to
like,
cross
oh,
their
messaging
path.
service. Is that fucking Tonberry?
I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god.
Yeah, they didn't have those in the original Chewie because in the OG game, they were flip phones.
But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
I keep forgetting to give myself an X scar in
Such an
between my
extraordinary
face
bird.
tattoos.
Like, oh yeah, I found this.
This is one of the crystals of light.
By the Navigator.
After our encounter with the Gubu, you
Wonder if he
had
knows
a
Primal
vision,
Dialga.
did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
I need to play more Super Mystery Dungeon at some point.
The Ashtola's conclusion.
I believe I am in its
I
post
see
game.
no reason to doubt
I'd have
it.
to check though.
You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations, as once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the Primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance.
I'm assuming what they're talking about is 1.0.
They took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear. It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our
Oh, and the
comrades.
cutscene.
Yep.
Yet whenever we try
Yeah,
to shout their
pretty sure they
names,
are.
the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them. Keep that crystal safe.
Yes, ma'am.
In time,
Garlean
I
Empire,
believe
like
the Mother
Garland?
Crystal will make clear
Yep.
her reasons for bestowing
Fun.
it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of something I was going to clarify. I said during the last session that the voice of Hydaelyn was Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, who, upon being asked who else she voiced, the first name out of my mouth was Naoto Shirogane. This is true. I think specifically she voiced Naoto in the anime.
I don't recall Naruto having a different VA in the anime. Hold on. I'm gonna Google this now.
According to the SMT wiki, she's had like 3 different voices.
Oh. I'm just checking this now myself, because I got curious.
Flames to the fore!
Hi, Raban.
Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial
Another big
whore sons what we're made of.
It's pretty cool.
The left flank buckles.
I
Divert the
love his theme
barracudas.
music.
Bid them hold that position, though it costs them
Okay.
their lives.
It's been a while since I watched
yellow
the anime dub,
serpents are
so...
in need of succor.
Yep.
Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must
Whoops,
not fail
I keep
them.
forgetting right-click advances.
Apparently so does my fucking touchpad.
Why are you constantly touching your touchpad?
I'm not. At least not on purpose.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Maybe I need to turn down the sensitivity or something.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
Alright.
We are
Who was that
being
mysterious
watched.
figure?
I'm a little behind on the cutscene.
Ah,
I just got the headache.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you! Ah!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the meteor that turned into Bahamut.
yep.
Right.
More accurately, the
This is
meteor that
Raging
trapped
Bull.
Bahamut.
What news?
Yep. Delaware.
We're surrounded by
Sephiroth was not giving a fuck that day.
God's preserve. What is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
God,
That's a new insult.
we cannot hold much longer.
What?
Whore sons.
Oh, yep.
Like, that's an interesting way of basically saying son of a bitch.
Answer me!
Those sons of bitches. That is definitely an old-sounding insult.
Yeah, Final Fantasy has fun with those.
Yep. Especially this.
Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the Barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir!
Nice use of shell there.
Yep.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
It is a long cutscene.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Soginin Wese Donzul. Logalo, Pasawad Deken Bet Mubut. Imarat Way. Kiskatoga Hats Wadadorns. Sees Nigem. Fistun the only Lamrai Sadai Dorn.
Wow. Meanwhile, back at the inn.
I'm still in the flashback.
Alright, let me know when you're out of the flashback.
Alright, now I'm out of flashback, and hi, Batteron.
Yep. Morning, sunshine. A little bit much for you, was it? What happened? Ah, you don't remember then. Keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir. Had to carry you back to the wench myself. Well, I say carry, it was more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Annie Road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder you were as exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seems to have put some color back in your cheeks, though, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with you. When you feel up to it, talk to Xanthel and he'll let you into the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told old Merlvib was in the middle of telling you a story when you started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look too kindly on it if you repeated the trick.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Then again, she's also smart enough to know you don't just doze off when you did in the middle of a banquet unless something specific happened.
And I am glitched. I am stuck.
Uh-oh.
Shh. But if I jump... Yep, there we go. Unstuck myself.
Yeah.
My big Rothgar
I have
butt.
a buddy of mine on
Oh, okay, so... that's cool. So the book is a way to rewatch certain cutscenes and such. Neat.
Yep. And eventually we'll get New Game Plus, which we can use to just redo the old quests. Which is what I had originally intended for this.
Another great loser. Or lance, I should say.
Yep.
Alright. So, do we take the lifting back to that place again, or...?
Yep, right back to where we just were.
Okay.
It must be nighttime in-game.
Yep, it is. I gotta remember to switch that to my configuration.
And it's currently 6:05 in-game. 6:06.
Yep.
Yep. That's what it is.
I always forget how fast the minutes pass.
Pretty quick. Greetings, Harris. Admiral Bluffsfin waits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Yes, please.
Alright.
I assume we're both in our own separate things. Or you're loading in, one of the two.
I just redeemed the quest, and oh, I got Fester!
Ah. Good to see you on your feet again. You were recovered? Then let us waste no time. have a task that needs doing, one I would entrust to no other.
So I'm gonna do a configuration to see what hit points remain percentage in terms of hit point.
Yep.
Blitz cast is going to be useful for certain spells.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's
So
useful for having to use raise.
Yep.
Yeah, I have Fester Energy Drain and Swift Cast on my second bar, so that's nice.
Yeah, Summoner is pretty much centered on your dots. Pretty much. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. Business, then. Laments and Envoy.
Well, I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Now you're the
Aether Flow
customer.
Gauge unlocked? What the hell?
Yeah, that's part of your... That's your job, Gage.
Ah.
You get 2 charges of a skill, one of them being Fester.
Okay, so I have to build that up. I got it.
Kind of. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. Battle of Carteneau and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship. The warriors of light who might once have given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Carteneau. These letters contain the detail of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa. That is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions. Quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. Yes, ma'am. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you from the borders of our nation to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land. But I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass, to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge. But before you depart, I suggest you trouble Battaron for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times, when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the clouds risks drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Harris, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Laminsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure. Turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. Woo! Back to the tavern.
Yeah, I'd say I'm honestly about tapped out.
Alright, yep, let's head to the tavern and end it. The Drowning Wench. It's about time to end the video anyway. Next time, we go!
Someone just called themselves Me Brawler.
Me Brawler.
Like MII and everything.
Yep. So, Red, where are you right now?
I'm in the airship landing.
Ah. Alright, let's go to the airship landing then.
I just gotta wait for upper decks to load so I can get to the crystal.
All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. If you like this video, leave a like and a comment. If you want to see more, hit subscribe and the bell, and we'll see you guys next time for our first trip.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah.
15. Next. I see you have been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in words. It shows in your bearing, in your unwavering gaze. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lenosha. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How to find this beast? Well, I am fortunate enough to count among my many acquaintances a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Reinfried. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago, and will gladly aid you in this task. With Reinfried's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provide it swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. In Aleport. Wrong thing. Thank God for New Game Plus. What's it? Aleport. Hope you guys enjoyed that brief look into names of places we'll be visiting eventually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Alright, I think it's inside the building. Maybe, possibly. Yep. One of Word Zone's girls, are you? I have known that sprat since he was knee-high to a... Well, he was always kind of a big fellow, was Word Zone. Now they call him Axe Master, eh? Not a subtle lot, you marauders. So I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble. What you need to do, then, is take yourself northwest up towards Camp Skull Valley and give a good whistle. The mean bugger you're after, the name's Patrapatan, by the by, will come running across the weeded plains. He'll think you're trespassing on his territory, see? So you better have that cleaver of yours ready. Oshan's blessing be upon you. I think this is one part of the game I'm super not looking forward to. It's just generally being in Ishgard. The place is dreary as fuck. The residents all have sticks or heads up their collective assholes. And I don't get why people wanted housing there so bad. Oh yeah, let's just put a housing district in the middle of the dreariest and bleakest area in the whole fucking game. Bunch of neighbors who were all fucking full of themselves. Oh, we need to go back to the... Okay. God damn it. Alright. At the very least, I hope we can get some Charlian housing. That at least would be pretty. I have been in contact with Reinfried, and he had naught but praise for you, Don. Your representation in the guild has been exemplary. There is one more task I would have you complete this day. A task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to Skafgim, where he waits on the bank of the Ageless River, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. Where exactly? It's right outside. Okay. Zephyr Gate. Mount Guide. Okay, we're on that. Check it out, folks. 2 million gold saucer points.
Good lord.
Boy, was that a grind to get. At last I know why you're here, and after seeing this big old boulder, I'd wager you know why you're here too. Now, my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles rock guy had to training on. To crack this beauty, it will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Ha! Ornzon wouldn't send you out here if he didn't think you capable. Unmovable boulder. And whack! That's one hell of a delayed reaction from the rock. Ha! Would you look at that? On your first attempt, too. Well, it gets us back to the Axe Master for you. Burb. Yeah. I remember trying to get that mount in particular. 33 times I had to do that goddamn fight.
Ugh.
And I think that was back still during Heavensward, too.
Yeesh.
And the fight was, like, actually relatively still difficult. I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition. You shall have it in the form of a new technique. Adopted and perfected by our guild forebears, the tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close-quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. I sense that the impending confrontation with Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Dawn, but hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There's no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery you seek, only a steady, measured ascent. Learn Tomahawk. Now, if you've been paying attention, with the other ones, about here is where we would stop.